Welcome to a fun and fast way to wash your car. We're gonna use foam, but we're also going to use rinseless wash. It's a hybrid method, it's a cordless pressure washer, and instead of the foam rinse foam, which is what we teach at DIY Detail, and instead of the hybrid, which is also what we teach at DIY Detail, where you'd foam, and then you'd rinse off, and then you'd apply rinseless wash, I've got the Ego pressure washer. First, I'm gonna foam on Josh V's Quiver Rogue Soap. Then, with my pressure washer step, I'm actually gonna have rinseless wash in the pressure washer. So at that point, I'm not only gonna be rinsing, but I'm gonna be adding my rinseless wash at the same time. I'm skipping a step. I'm still sandwiching the rinse in there between the chemicals, but I'm combining two steps at the final stage. What we're doing here is a take on the hybrid wash. You get your fun, but you also get her done. First step, having fun with foam. Kind of an optional step here that I wanted to do before but forgot, I just on that one wheel, is just adding some iron remover pretty generously, honestly. The Subaru sits outside, letting that dwell before we foam. And I've got a GoPro on my chest to give you some extra visuals, so that's why it looks a little goofy here. That's the one annoying thing about this Ego pressure washer. If the connecting hose to your water bucket just lifts up a little bit, it takes the longest time to like reflow again. There we go. Okay, so legitimate question, why did I use so much foam? I used that much foam because I was only gonna use the foam cannon once. I'm now gonna change my hose to the rinseless wash bucket. So this bucket is full of DIY Detail rinseless wash, 1 ounce for every 2 gallons. So there were 4 gallons of water in there. I have 2 ounces of rinseless wash in there. What that's gonna do now is a rinse combined with the rinseless application, and then I can go ahead and wash. So a nice thorough rinse with DIY Detail rinseless wash, 256 to 1 in my reservoir of water for the pressure washer. Now, if you're looking for any of these products, you can find them on thehouseofrags.com. Use promo code NICKATNIGHT, that's one word, save yourself 10% off, and you can support me doing crazy things. I'm detailing my own cars, and then I'm now starting to mobile detail again, so if you're in Utah and you see this video, hit me up. We can make something happen, because I do enjoy detailing, but it's not always fun when it's just my car, so I want to show different cars on the channel. I have a ceramic coating set up next week. In the meantime, it's nice to keep the fleet washed. So this is basically what I do in my own time. Usually I just don't even do the foam, but it is fun to foam. It's kind of a lot of work to rinse it off though. Now I remember why I don't do it. And now to the rinseless wash with the Legacy sponge in my bucket. Thanks to my neighbors, Gravity Coalition here in Midway, Utah, for letting me use their shop. If I was looking for a bike in the Utah area, I would for sure support this family-owned business. They are amazing people. All right, gonna continue doing the front like that. And that side of the sponge is very dirty. I'm gonna dip it back in the bucket. In the meantime, no pressure whatsoever, leveraging dwell time, having an amazing time. Rinseless wash, if you're trying to save time, it's just the best way to wash your vehicle. That's it. All right, I don't want to be unmeticulous here. So while I'm here, I'll hit this front fender. Thankfully, man, I'm not the most meticulous. I can actually see in the paint whether I've washed that section before, and it helps me know, okay, I've washed right here. There's lines in the beads, but there's just really tight beads here. So I haven't washed that section. I'm gonna make sure I wash that, make sure I don't miss anything here. All I have left is the front bumper. Now before I hit the bumper, you know me, you know I like my quad full decon towel from DIY Detail. I'm always gonna use it with rinseless wash or whatever lubricant I have to make sure I'm shaving off anything that's on the glass. I wanna make sure my glass is contaminant free. I just switch sides with no pressure. You know, I park my cars outside, so they're always picking stuff up. So I like to do, when it gets its monthly wash, if that, I think the Subaru gets a wash once a month. When it gets its wash, I'll just do a no pressure decon towel over the hood. Still lots of rinseless to lubricate the surface. It's getting a little dark out here, guys. Summer is over, isn't it? That's wild, isn't it? I thought I had more daylight. And then I'll flip this side of the towel. If there's any bug guts, any contaminants left, I'm just deeply cleaning my glass. My glass does a lot for me when I'm driving. I want to take care of it. I don't want any bug guts on there. And if you know me, I'm a renegade. I like our wheel and body brush on the front grille. It's actually paint safe, folks, so just go for it. Sometimes we use it for grills on the front of a vehicle. Sometimes I wash a whole car with this brush. I don't have a copy of the perfectly safe brush yet because it's sold out, so thank you everyone so much for all your amazing support. So I don't even have that amazing brush yet, so the wheel and body brush is great. I have one in my wheel bucket, and then I have one in my wash bucket. Oh yeah. So let me walk you through the why of what I'm doing next. I'm actually gonna save wheels for last. It's a maintenance wash. I'm not gonna get in the barrels. And I kind of like saving wheels for last. It just makes it less stressful for me, especially when you keep pretty well maintained on your wheels. So I've got ceramic gloss here. I've got the drying blanket. This is from DIY Detail. What an amazing combination. Of course, rinseless wash is going to give you all the lubrication you need. But with ceramic gloss, you're getting about 4 to 6 months of protection, lots of shine, lots of slickness. It is a crowd favorite for a reason. And I'll just keep the tradition here. I'll just save the front bumper till last. And I'm gonna do the uppers here. I'll just work my way back. Trying to be as meticulous as I can here, why not, right? Can't remember if I sprayed ceramic gloss there or not, I probably did. Try to be meticulous, and then, you know, sometimes when the camera's rolling, just get a little distracted. Okay, I'm talking to myself as much as you. One spray on the upper, one on the lower, one on the upper, one on the lower, upper, lower. I should be good. Why am I doing that willy-nilly approach? I can kind of get away with it because I'm not dealing with sunshine. So it's almost like I'm in a shop here in that conditions are very favorable. The only thing I'm fighting against is maybe a little bit of visibility in the light. So things might look better now than they would, you know, in direct sunlight. That ceramic gloss is slick. I go a little carefree with my Subaru legacy as the plastic is warped here. I mean, it's got more issues than I can fix with a detail, but I love this car. It's very awkward with this GoPro on, by the way. Okay, y'all, the car's looking super shiny. I'm just gonna do a surface level clean of these wheels. Again, we hit it with iron remover. We hit it with a nice pH neutral snow foam. Broke off a lot of the gunk on there. Every time I wash these, they do get protected, so that's a good thing. So they're usually pretty easy to clean up when they do get dirty. That's it. I'm just gonna clean it like that and dry it with a shop towel. Up next, I take my sealant of choice ceramic gloss, and then I've got DIY detail tire dressing as well. And I just wanna work ideally on a dry tire, but honestly, you can apply this on a wet tire. So if I'm like in a rush like I am tonight, I'll just do a wet tire application. I won't even take time to dry it. Why am I in a rush? We're just fighting daylight, folks. And it might rain again in the next 24 hours. So I'm not really worried about it. I've got my ceramic gloss right here, let's go. Couple good sprays, or maybe 4 average ones, and then I'm just using this to dry. You could leaf blow at this point, depending on your spokes and how easy it is or difficult to clean these. Like I said, I like to protect these after every wash, give them a nice pop. And there you go, I'm done with my wheels. And just like that, that's the process to finish up this Subaru. Oh my goodness, it's glossy, it's shiny, and it's clean. Yeah, I used to be a guy who did wheels early, and I really enjoyed, kind of later in life, doing wheels at the end of a rinseless wash, especially when they're well maintained. You know, when it's a total like rabbit hole to go down and you don't know how long it's gonna take. Is it gonna take 6 steps of iron remover and all clean? And obviously not, but there's just those like nightmare wheels out there. When you're on an actual detail, that's a different kind of situation than this, where I kind of know what's going to happen through the course of the wash because it's so well maintained. So again, yeah, just 2 sprays of ceramic gloss, tire dressing. Amazing what some tire dressing can do for the overall look of your vehicle. I love it when these rims are clean and protected. They are so much easier to clean in the future. And oh yeah, they look really good too. Folks, if you want to see Ivan LaCroix pick apart my rinseless wash technique, that video is up here.